Hey everybody, this is Charlie from Anthrax, and you are watching The Metal Voice.
Say farewell to the future, get ready for the ride. We're going down to hell tonight, so strap yourself inside. There's a glaring contradiction in your world that's made of glass. Something small can shatter it and nail you to the past. The road beneath your wheels, the madness that you feel. You will pay with your life.
Welcome to another edition of The Metal Voice, and we have a special guest today.
The one, the only?
Charlie Benante of Anthrax.
Charlie.
Woohoo!
Charlie, I gotta say, out of all the drummers in metal, you have to be on my top 10 list of drummers.
Top 5, come on.
All right, top
10.
5, top 5.
My goal, when I die, Charlie, I want to come back reincarnated as your left foot.
Isn't that a Daniel Day-Lewis movie?
My left foot. Yeah, I think it was.
So we're here to promote Chile on Hell, the new live DVD by Anthrax.
That's right.
And my first impression, Alan and Charlie, was, wow, this kicked some serious butt. I felt like I was actually at the show. Care to comment on that, Charlie?
That's pretty, that's an accurate statement to make, that you felt like you were at the show. That's what we were trying to do. You see, the point of doing the show or filming it down in Chile was previous times that we played there. After the show, we'd be in the dressing room and like, why didn't we film this? Why didn't we document this? And so we made arrangements that the next time we were going to go down there, we were going to film the show, because, I mean, just telling people how it was, it's hard, you could describe it as the best you could, but you have to be there and you have to see it to actually believe the type of crowd that are down there. They're so passionate about their music, and it really makes playing music, making music, playing shows, it really makes it all worthwhile, because I know other bands will say this too. You go on tour and there'll be a city or wherever, and you're just not feeling it that night, But when you go down there and play, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
I mean, the DVD starts that way, right? A smoke bomb goes off in the crowd, and then they got a flare in the mosh pit happening, like within seconds of the concert starting.
Yeah, it's like, and after the show, I was even, speaking about that. Like, I didn't know whether we should stop the show because something was going to go, wrong. I just kept my eye on it, like what was going on out there, and then it was gone. And then that's it. That's just how they express themselves. I'm going to bring a flare,
yeah,
and I'm going to light it in this song and just go with it. It's part of the show. Okay, great. Next time, just let us know.
Security's a little bit more lax down there than maybe the North American standards.
Yeah. Security's like, it's just a flare. No
people can't even light a cigarette at the arenas today.
Yeah, exactly. Can't even, you bring some of those little snaps to the arena here and they lock you up.
When I was watching this, I was ready to throw a chair. I was so pumped up. It really, truly, and I'm not just saying that, it really captures, I've seen you guys play live, but this time it really, truly captures the spirit, the energy, and the passion of Anthrax, and that sort of reciprocal crowd reaction to Anthrax.
I agree. I thought the marriage of, audience, band, music, it all really came together. And believe me, we felt it that night. There was such a vibe. There were times when I just wanted to stop playing and just watch the crowd. That's how enthusiastic, they were. And it definitely came across because we were giving all that kind of power off the stage, but we were also receiving it from them. There was such a great, I hate when people use the term, oh my God, there was such a great energy. And it's like, but I'm going to have to use that right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. And I mean, also, like you said, you were giving it back to the crowd. I mean, that when I had a chance to see you live as well, and it's you know, it's like five guys that do it yourself New York attitude. That, you know, you look at like, hey, these guys are like everyday guys. They're out there and they're never stopped. The energy's flowing. It's nonstop. And now Joey's back.
Yeah.
And that seems to be a quite a good fit on of course, worship music and on the DVD as well.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a greater unit than it's ever been. With of course Joey back in. It's I don't know. You know, it just feels right, and you know, we're just moving on. That's exactly what we're doing. We're not even looking behind our shoulders. You know, we're just moving on and just going with this. You know, some of the new music that's been coming out for us has been so inspiring, and it's like I remember telling Scott, you know, we had about 12 songs, and I told him, I said, dude, now the good stuff's coming out of me now. And he's like, really? Because these 12 are awesome. I said, nah, dude, wait till you hear the next batch.
A lot of people know you as the amazing drummer in Anthrax, but you're the songwriter, man. You write the music in the band. I mean, what percentage of the music do you write in the last, let's say, the last 4 or 5 albums?
Oh, I write the bulk of the music in the band. I mean, the ideas pretty much come from me, you know, musically speaking. But I don't like to. For me, I like everybody to have their input and their say.
Sure.
So I'll bring in a song, and usually me, Scott, and Frank will play the song, and you know, make a change here or there, or you know, sometimes when Scott gets the riff, he'll kind of modify it a little bit to his own, you know, ability, and it just takes shape from there. But for the most part, I just have all these ideas, and like for this new album, I've been lucky enough to draw from the worship music experience and really build on that. So these newer tunes are just, man, if that record was like, you know, how can I put this? If that was like Zeppelin 4, then this one is definitely going to be like Physical Graffiti. The reason why I did that is because we have such an abundance of songs. You know, Physical Graffiti was a double record.
Yeah.
And we have enough material to have a double record at this point too.
Just, you know, get back to the DVD. I mean, you know, I saw you open for Judas Priest on the Angel Retribution tour, and you know, there was Joey was back, a little bit of kind of an anniversary tour, and it was amazing. Like, it was too good to say, why can't this has to go on? It's too good to stop here.
I think it's gotten a lot better now. I really think that now we're so much more of a band than we were, let's say, back on that tour. I think we were still trying to figure out each other again and getting to know one another again. You know, now, and this goes to a lot of bands who are not together anymore. You know, one thing that is really important, especially as you get up there in age or whatever, you start to realize that repairing old relationships, you know, should be a factor in this whole thing. And because there's so many bands that I love growing up who are not together anymore, and I always say to myself, wow, I wish they could just get it together, you know what I mean? And you know, because if anything's going to bring you together, it should be the love of music, you know?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure you guys wake up, you know,
Yes.
every day, and it's like, you know what song I heard today? I was so happy when that song came out. You know what I mean? It just does something to you.
Would you ever consider doing, I mean, for the love of music now and for the fans, an Anthrax Fest? You know, you have the Turban, the Belladonna, and the John Bush. You know, everybody covering their own time period. I mean, for a guy I started liking you guys when your first album came out. So for me, I've loved every chapter. You know, from the Turban years, Belladonna years, Bush years, and back to Belladonna years. Would you ever consider doing some sort of festival celebrating all of Anthrax's music?
That's a tough question. That's a question that I don't think I can answer at this point because I'm so focused on right now what we're doing.
Right.
You know?
Sure.
We just did the Knot Fest, so does that count?
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm an idea guy, Charlie. I'm an idea guy, and I just got to toss stuff out there.
I like your ideas. They're very cool.
I got some fan questions. I'll throw some out at you, okay? It's from Birdie. Which drummers had the biggest influence on you?
As far as drumming goes, I'd have to say the biggest influence is growing up. And of course, everybody probably uses the Neil Peart or Neil Peart, but he was a very big influence. He was one of the drummers that really took it to the next level as far as like mainstream rock. He was one of my idols. Still is. I still can listen to something off of Permanent Waves and be inspired.
Did you ever meet
I met Neil Peart once, thanks to Mike Portnoy, and I think I peed a little.
we heard it here first.
Charlie Benante peed a little when you met meeting Neil Peart.
I was very nervous. He was at the Golden Gods Awards. Me and Mike were hanging out, and he's like, I heard Neil's here. I'm like, wow, really? And he's like, yeah, let's go see. And Mike has met Neil before, and so Neil was in this little dressing room. We walked in, and yada, 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 and I was just like, oh, God, I love Rush.
Favorite Rush album?
Permanent Waves, that album to me is just so life-changing.
Yeah.
When I got that record, and I mean, Spirit of Radio was always being played on the radio, but Free Will changed it. That was it. That was a game changer. That middle section is just so amazing, and I studied that note for note, and it's like that was a record that really changed how I wanted to perceive drumming afterwards.
Here's a question from Dean. If you had to choose one album from your whole catalog, which one would be your favorite album?
So it's hard to just narrow it down to one album. But the one album, I guess, that it's like our signature sound, and it's the record that we play the most songs of when we play live is probably Among the Living.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's the one that really blew it up for us. So if it wasn't for that record, I wouldn't have a career.
What about the new album? What's the timetable? What's the timeline for that?
Spent some time in rehearsal, working on more tunes, tightening up older ones, and looking to possibly go and record some drum tracks in December.
Well,
thanks for your time, Charlie. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
So Anthrax DVD, is it on Blu-ray as well?
Yep.
There you go. Well, Blu-ray, DVD, Chili on Hell, fantastic. You feel like you just want to jump into the DVD.
You're in the mosh pit.
You're in the mosh
sitting
pit.
in your living room.
Probably one. Actually, I really enjoyed your last DVD, which was Music of Mass Destruction. But I think this one actually is a step up. It truly captures the Anthrax, like I said before, the spirit and the energy, and of course the music. Our guest today, Charlie Benante, drummer of the legendary group Anthrax. Thank you for being on, Charlie.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. I enjoyed it, and a big shout out to all our fans, and we love you, and we will see you soon.